The rope doesn't snap, it slips. 2.5 tons of limestone, a stone the weight of 40 men, leans off the sledge, and the only things holding it on this ramp are you, 19 other men, and a cord of twisted reeds. Someone is screaming at you to hold. Your palms are on fire, your heels are carving trenches in the sand, and above you, half finished, stands the largest building human beings have ever attempted. To understand how you got under this rope, we go back to the moment you opened your eyes this morning. Welcome to one day in the life of a pyramid builder. You wake on a reed mat in a mud brick barracks, shoulder to shoulder with men who snore in 5 different accents. It's about 2560 BC. The king is called Khufu, and you are building his tomb. Before you pick up a single rope, let's kill the myth. You are not a slave. Nobody here is. The armies of slaves, the cracking whips, that's Hollywood. The proof is the town you woke up in. A purpose-built city at the foot of the pyramid, with dormitories, granaries, bakeries, and breweries, run like a military camp. Most of the year you're a farmer upriver, but every summer the Nile floods, your fields vanish underwater, and the king calls you in. A labor tax, paid in muscle instead of grain. A skilled permanent crew works year-round. Men like you arrive by the thousand when the flood comes, serve your months, and go home. And you are paid, not in coins, which don't exist yet, but in the currency of Egypt, bread and beer. The beer is thick as porridge, barely alcoholic, full of calories. It isn't a treat, it's breakfast. Here's what shocked the archaeologists. The city's rubbish heaps are full of cattle, sheep, and goat bones, enough meat to feed thousands regularly. Somebody powerful is making sure the builders eat like they matter. Because you do. You belong to a crew about 2,000 strong, and your crew has a name. Real ones survive, scrawled on the stones. Friends of Khufu. Crews compete. Pride moves stone. The crew splits into smaller teams, down to your squad. 20 men, 1 rope, 1 sledge, 1 block at a time. The sun clears the horizon. The overseer shouts. 20,000 men walk to work on the same building. First stop, the quarry. And here's what the ancient mysteries crowd never mentions. It's right here. Most of the pyramid is local limestone, cut a few hundred meters from where it ends up. The tools are almost insultingly simple. Copper chisels, so soft they blunt and need resharpening all day. Wooden mallets, hard pounding stones, wedges, levers, rope. That's the whole toolkit for the greatest building on Earth. Your block is cut and waiting, 2.5 tons levered onto a wooden sledge, 20 men on the ropes, and 1 man with a jar of water, who might be the most important person here. He walks ahead, pouring water on the sand. Wet sand stiffens. The sledge stops digging in and glides. It cuts the pulling force nearly in half. The Egyptians painted this trick on tomb walls, and modern physicists confirmed it. You haul to a chant. Lean, step, breathe. Lean, step, breathe. All day. Now, the math that makes this place a miracle. Over 2 million blocks set in about 20 years. That's 1 block arriving in place every 2 to 3 minutes of daylight. Every day for 2 decades. And yours is the easy stone. The white casing blocks come by boat from across the river. We know because 1 captain's logbook survives. A man named Merer ferrying stone to the horizon of Khufu on the oldest inscribed papyrus ever found. The granite beams for the king's burial chamber floated down the Nile from Aswan, 500 miles away. Some weigh as much as a dozen elephants. No aliens, no lost technology. Ramps, the exact shape still argued over, plus levers, sledges, water, and an administration that can feed 20,000 men breakfast on time. The wonder isn't magic, it's organization. It's dangerous and everyone knows it. The skeletons from the workers' cemetery show fractures set in splints and healed straight. There are doctors on this site, 4,500 years before workplace safety is a phrase. Noon passes. Your sledge is next on the ramp, the one place where the danger stops being a statistic. Going up changes everything. On the flat, the block is heavy. On the slope, it's alive. It wants to go back down, and you are in its way. You move in pulls, a few feet at a time. Pull. Chalk the runners. Breathe. The men with the wooden chocks are the only brake this thing has. Then, 2/3 of the way up, the edge of the ramp gives. Just a little. Just enough. The sledge lurches sideways. The block shifts its weight like a waking animal. The rope doesn't snap. It slips. And now you're here. The moment from the start. 20 men against 2.5 tons. The overseer doesn't panic. He's seen this. Levers under the low side. Chocks. More men now. A lever groans. Your squad mates hit the rope beside you, and the weight on your hands halves. The block tips back, slow, insolent, and settles onto the sledge with a thud you feel in your teeth. 30 seconds, start to finish. It will live in your dreams for years. Nobody died today. On this site, that is not a thing you ever get to assume. You finish the climb. At the top, the masons take over, sliding the block its last few feet onto a bed of mortar, into a course of stone longer than a village street. And that's it. That gray rectangle, identical to 2 million others, that one is yours. It will not move again for the rest of human history. From up here, you see the whole machine. Quarries, ramps, boats, the city that feeds it all. 20,000 people moving one rock every 2 minutes. For a king they will never speak to. Why do it? Because to you, Khufu isn't just a king, he's a god. And this isn't a tomb so much as a machine for resurrection, a ramp for a god to climb to the sky. Your name will never appear in any record, but you are building eternity, and you know it. The horns sound at dusk. You walk back down with the rope coiled on your shoulder, and arms that no longer feel like yours. Back in the city, there's bread, beer, and, after a day like this, maybe meat. You eat with your crew. You'll sleep like a dropped stone. Before sleep, a gangmate paints your crew's name in red on a block that tomorrow's stones will hide forever. A private signature inside a king's monument. Archaeologists will find it 4,500 years from now. Proof you were here, and free, and proud. Tomorrow, the chant, the wet sand, the ramp, another block, 2 minutes at a time. You survived a day building the Great Pyramid. Most people watching never could. But could you survive a different day? 4,000 years later, in a city where the deadliest thing is the air itself, behind a leather beak stuffed with herbs, while 1/3 of your world dies around you? That's next time. If you made it to the end, subscribe. There's a new day and a new life every week. I'll see you in the next one.